Castelcotto, a Sicilian town in Italy.
Today Mussolini declared war on Britain and France. Italy will fight alongside the Nazi army against them. This is Renato. Today is the day he got his own bicycle. He rushed to his friends with joy. After getting his own bicycle, Renato was joined by his friends. They told Renato to sit here without talking too much. He asked, "What is the matter?" They said, "Malena is coming." Renato again asked, "Who is Malena?" Renato met Malena for the first time that day. Renato was looking at Malena in wonder. Her beauty ignited the adolescent lust in him. From the young to the old, they were mesmerized by her beauty and waited to see her. But the women there were jealous of her beauty as well as hatred. But Malena paid no attention to anyone. The next day, Renato skipped class and went to meet Malena at her house. Malena opened the door and asked him to buy a cigarette. But all he saw were mere illusions. He could not sleep that night thinking of Malena. At night he went to see Malena. Climbed on a tree branch and peeked in through the window hole. This is Malena's husband, Nino Scordia. He is an army officer, now at warfront in Africa. Renato realized that Malena only had memories of her husband inside her. This is Malena's father, a Latin teacher. Malena goes out every day to take care of her elderly father. Renato was always following Malena without her knowledge. As he got to know Malena better, his views on her changed. He realizes that Malena is not a bad woman as people say. He also understood that only her husband had a place inside her. Malena's weight was shattered by the news. Her husband Nino Scordia was killed in the battle. Renato invisibly comforted Malena, who was grieving her husband's death. He specially prayed to the saint for Malena. As the war intensified, refugees flocked to Castelcotto. Due to the economic recession, the government has suspended pensions and benefits. This greatly affected Malena's financial situation. Malena had to face trial in court for some false accusations. Malena is acquitted by the court because of lawyers' clever arguments. But Malena could not able to pay the fee demanded by the lawyer. Instead, he asked Malena to fulfill his desire. He forcibly raped Malena despite of her resistance. Renato could only watch helplessly. The battle slowly reached Castelcotto. The German army, Nazi, took control of Castelcotto. American allies launch air attack on German-controlled Castelcotto. Malena's father is killed in that airstrike. Malena finally took that decision after losing all hopes in her life. She decides to take up prostitution as an option to earn a living. She cut off her long hair, which made her the most beautiful, which she liked the most. The first time she sold her for a packet of bread. Renato watched with anguish as Malena's life crumbled. He left with a broken heart. She courageously sit in front of those who insulted her, and she put herself up for sale. Her clients were Nazi soldiers. So the locals were afraid to react against Malena. But the women were looking for an opportunity to take revenge against her. American soldiers took control of Castelcado after repelling the Nazi force. The people welcomed the brave warriors with cheers. But the women there decided to use this opportunity to take revenge against Malena. They rushed to find Malena. Leaving Castelcado, which had brought her nothing but misfortune, Malena took the train to the town of Messina. Renato watched in pain as Malena left. A few months later, a man came into Castelcado. It was Malena's husband, Nino Scordia, who was thought to be dead in war. He was prisoner in war and now released. He lost his right arm in the war. He went home looking for Malena. By then, his house had turned into a refugee camp. He asked them about Malena, but they didn't know anything about her. He pleaded with the authorities to find out his wife Malena, but no positive result received. Renato was following desperate Nino Scordia. He asked the locals about Malena. But they spoke bad things about her. They mocked and beat him. Renato wants to tell him everything about Malena. Because no one else knows Malena like Renato does. But he did not have the courage to do so. Renato wrote everything about Malena in a letter and threw it to Nino Scordia and ran away. Renato wrote in that letter, "Dear Signor Scordia, please forgive me if I don't have the courage to speak face to face. I am the only one who knows the truth about your wife. Around here, they only say bad things about her. But believe me, your wife Malena was faithful to you. You are the only man she loved. This is the honest truth. The last time I saw her, she was on a train for Messina. A year later, the town of Castelcato. The town was once again alive as before. People came and went in the town, boasting, slandering, and gossiping. Suddenly they saw something which they never expected. That astonished everyone. People could not believe their eyes. They looked at it with shock.